Yeah, so this really isn't even a concert, but it needs to be included. It's part. I've put it on my set list FM wiki. It's Brian Eno at the Sadlers Wells Theatre, 20th of July, 1992. This was unusual. I can't remember how we got the tickets. I guess we must have seen it advertised in the Evening Standard or something like that. But we ordered our tickets, and we were interested because we didn't know what it was going to be. We didn't know if it's going to be a music performance or an ambient, show, or something else. We just went along. We had no expectations. It was really exciting because it's Brian Eno, and he was at the Sadlers Wells Theatre, which is a pretty good venue to go to. I've been there a second time to see the Penguin Cafe Orchestra ballet being performed, but that I guess will be for another time, because I don't know if that I don't know if that includes. I suppose it's a gig of sorts, but I'll say that's for another time. So I remember we got out at the Angel Tube Station at Islington, and the heavens opened. Now, it had been a lovely sunny afternoon, but the weather had changed. None of us had umbrellas, and we got soaked. We got absolutely drenched going to this thing. And I remember some guy was talking to us on the way down. He said, what did you think of Wrong Way Up, the Eno Cale album? Because that had been released a couple of years before. It was 89, 90. And I'm saying, yeah, I thought, because I did. I think it was a good album. I enjoyed it. And he was like, oh yeah, but it's not as good as such and such. And he was a bit grumpy. That music snobbery that you come to meet. But you're one, Darren. I do it for the lols, don't I? So that was something. But I remember we got to the theatre and we had to wait, and they funneled us in. There's a lot of people. I remember it being very crowded. Found it a bit unbearable, the crowds, because I'm not a crowd person. And then we sat down, and I remember looking around, and there was steam coming off of everyone because it was warm. Because again, it was July, so it was warm inside the theatre, and everyone was wet, and there was this kind of plume of steam, almost like a fug of steam coming off of us drowned rats, as we sat and waited for Mr. Eno to come out. And indeed he did. He came out and he did a talk. Now, thankfully, I bought this book, and it's called Brian Eno Visual Music. It's a very expensive book now. And luckily there is, if I open it, there should be there you go. There you go. It says Perfume, Defence and David Bowie's Wedding. And that is Brian Eno at the Sadlers Wells Theatre, London. It's got some extracts of, what he was talking about. And he started talking about perfume and the scent of buttocks and things like that. And we're sitting there looking at each other thinking, this is different. And he gave a rather long talk about 3 different subjects. And it was very interesting to hear him talk about Bowie's wedding to Iman. Because again, he didn't know what to expect. And, and the way that talked and his use of language and his descriptions, it was a fascinating evening. It was, again, he should have done more talking. He should have done more talks like this, because I thought it was absolutely fascinating and engaging. I don't know if it was ever filmed or recorded. I know we got some extracts of it in this book, which was really nice. I didn't know it was in this when I got the book, so when I turned to it and saw extracts from that talk, it was really nice to read those passages and suddenly be transported back into time. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely amazing stuff. And I do believe he was playing some of it was either Shutov Assembly or Neroli. I'm sure he was playing some of that as background music whilst he did the talk. So yeah, that was interesting. A bit different, not really a gig per se, but it was seeing Brian Eno talk. That's got to count for something, isn't it? But yeah, we were lucky because we saw 2 more concerts that year in 1992. Not only did we see Brian Eno, but we also saw Marillion and Genesis. But that's for another time. You're like, again, it's the cliffhanger. I'm a constant tease, luring you in, pulling in the various strands of my life to create some sort of tapestry of rock. But yeah, thank you for joining me with this memory, this very bad memory of going to see Eno talk. But it was, again, fascinating. Again, I think the tickets didn't cost much. It was an evening out, and when we left afterwards, it stopped raining, and it was a chill July evening, and we were young. I was 21 years old. Blimey, we were young and free before the world crushed our spirits, but we were there and we did things. And here I am talking about them. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Remember, you can support this channel because I'm a terrible, terrible e-beggar. Yes, I am. There are links in the description below. And if you're a patron, you get early bird access to certain things that I'm doing. Isn't that cool? Isn't that brilliant? Because those people are special. You Freddie freeloaders. But anyway, thank you. Excuse me. That's what I get for having to go to the Freddie Freeloaders. Oh, a little tickle there. Thank you. I should edit that out. I won't. I never do. Thank you for tuning in, and there'll be another memory along in a moment. Only one more thing to say, and that is ta-ta.